In this lesson, we are going to discuss success and how to achieve it. I think the best way for me to see success is to clearly achieve a goal that I had set earlier. You've probably heard the saying, without a goal, you can't score, and I think that is so true. In all my videos where I learn a skill, I try to be as unambiguous as possible when I set my goal so that the mark of success is really clear. Setting goals, however, is not easy. Before you learn a new skill, you will probably start with setting a goal, and that's a workflow that I advocate. However, when you know nothing of the skill, sometimes your goal setting can be a little bit off. One time for one of my videos, I set my goal at learning to backflip on the ground. This was way too ambitious for the 2 weeks I had set aside to film this, and after it got a little bit dangerous, I decided to quit. By setting this overly ambitious goal, I not only failed at achieving it, but I also overlooked many of the smaller successes I had in my process of learning. For example, I learned how to backflip on a trampoline in less than 10 minutes. That's really good going, but I never celebrated that result because it was overshadowed by the giant cloud of failure that was learning to backflip on the ground. At the other end of the scale, goals must have some weight to them in order for you to enjoy your success. No one wants a hollow victory. So we have this fine line to tread when setting goals. Not too easy that it feels worthless, but not so difficult that it is impossible for us to achieve. The answer to this problem is to pivot and refine your goals as you progress. Before you start learning a skill, it's not a surprise that you will know nothing of the difficulties that you'll encounter as you progress. So when you set your goals, you may be a little bit off the mark. So rather than just abandon your goal altogether and aimlessly try to continue, my advice is to shift the goalposts as you progress. Don't be too proud to change and redefine your goals as you learn more of the intricacies of your chosen skill. To further that, don't be afraid to change direction entirely, like the time where I changed my career from an aspiring photographer to videographer almost overnight. I felt that the skills I had learned in photography were transferable and they would be of more use to me in video work, so that's exactly what I did. Some would see this as a failed photography career, whereas I see it as a stepping stone in my filmmaking career. Perhaps if I hadn't been so stubborn when learning to backflip and set my target at learning to backflip on the trampoline first and then move into the ground, I would have had more success in my mind and had the motivation to continue this. The aim here is to maximize your enjoyment, that dopamine hit you get when learning new skills. Stubbornness when setting goals, whilst admirable, can cause you to see your project overall as a failure, which in turn can cause you to quit. We don't want that. Always have a goal, but as you progress, feel free to redefine and tweak that goal so you can enjoy an achievable success. If you're in the middle of learning something new, perhaps the goal that you set at the start is too easy, or perhaps it's impossibly hard. Be flexible with yourself. Armed with more knowledge of the task at hand, set a new, more appropriate goal. In this lesson, we discussed success and how important setting goals are to achieving it. We discussed how setting appropriate goals before and during your learning process will help you achieve success. In the next lesson, we'll summarise the key ideas and takeaway points from this class as a whole. I'll see you then.